Hello folks, Hot Rod Rodney 25 coming back to you with train layout changes number 2 or part 2. I'm making this a series, so anyway, if this thing doesn't keep stopping and glitching and everything else, here's what we're going to talk about in this video. Besides, the top is off, it's setting over here temporarily. Well, technically it'll go out of here soon, or I'll end up cutting part of it to put in there so I can complete those tracks again. But anyway, this is just the shelf from down here on these two braces, like that one there. I made it 2 pieces on account of I could pull it out of this remote. That was supposed to be a removable board. I don't even know what ever happened to the board, honestly. I had it for there, and I guess we used it for something. But anyway, enough about that. This is going to be somewhat in the what my new yard is going to look like. Of course, it'll be a lot more switches and a lot more tracks than this, but this is just a 3 switch example. You'll have a main line, and it'll, switch somehow over into the yard lead. And then, of course, you'll have one train. Switch into this one, you'll have 2 trains. Into this one, you'll have 3 trains. Of course, and then on down the line, anywhere between, I'm going to say, I'm going for anywhere between 6 to 10 different trains that's going to be running on one track. Now, I am not whatsoever DCC. This is all going to be DC. So I've did this kind of stuff for years, since I was a kid. You just got to know what you're doing with the blocks and the switches and different stuff. I did it all. Was doing it all back there, and of course you can't see them because they're all covered up. But this will be built in right here, added on, and then it'll go through my desk all the way back in the back somewhere, not clear back where the incline decline is. It will not go back that far, but it will go to the end of the layout back there, which you can't really see, but you can see, you did see my some of my switches. I've got 6 switches on each side, and it's a run through yard to where I can pull the train in and pull it right out the other end, and you don't have to worry about switching engines and have them run around tracks and so forth, for unless it's near industrials and stuff like that. It doesn't say that I probably won't have a run around track for some reason, just to have it. But anyway, I'm hoping to still have that main line like it is. It'll come down and do its normal thing like it's doing now. The only exception is when it comes back around, for the exception of going across Abigail Brook Bay Bridge, if the bridge still exists. I'm working on that idea. Plus, from the bridge, it'll have a car yard at the port of Abigail, which is somewhere in this, down on the bottom, but in this mess. The switches is actually over there setting up. But anyway, you'll be able to come across around this whole Abbeville section of the layout, and coming around, and it'll come across and go that way. Okay? If this is coming down and going back there and coming around, this will now, over here, will now be hopefully somewhere right here, and it will be able to go right into the yard and go back there, and back there I will have to figure out, where it's going to turn and different stuff. It's all taking time. My visions are visions. I just got to get to work and get my visions all visioned together. Get it drawn out on paper, or somewhat on paper, and get it, lay it down as a go, and hope that it works. But I'm in the process of trying to clean slowly a bunch of this excess stuff up, and everything, and I'll be working on this, getting it cut and everything. Excuse me. And putting braces in and all that kind of stuff, and to get the add-on piece there. I still gotta have part of this for transformers out here, which I don't think will be a big deal. I should be able to put them, right in here somewhere, and bring them out, and add on to the 33-inch section that's going to be in here, all the way up to that board. That board that's already there with track is staying. All I have to do is punch a couple little holes for a couple of the brackets to peek through, and they probably won't even show after they poke through, because they're lower than the plywood. But anyway, I want to try to get this section built up after all this stuff is eliminated. It all takes time, guys. Today I wasn't really feeling that great, but I did do my live stream tonight at 7. And I did work out here most of the day, because we had storms blowing through and everything. So anyway, I will have to get to work starting to tear up these tracks, and I'm hoping that the tracks that's already there, I can figure out how to bring them down and get them into the switches without having to tear, it don't really matter, because I'm going to have to tear up all the switches and the tracks back there anyway. So more than likely I'm going to be tearing up most of it, and and relaying everything, and fresh, and going from there. So but I'm trying to keep some of the yard back here in the back, and I'm also going to try to put part of the yard in here also. That way it kind of, this part here is more yard than empty space, you might say. But anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Hopefully there is a part 3 coming up soon. I will be disassembling some of this excess bracing and all, and I've got an actual board that is about 33 inches and like 41 or something, and this is like 42, so I'm going to be an inch short, but I think it'll work unless I decide to cut something, which there's not really much around here to cut right now, till I find something. But anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. I'm hoping you're enjoying the what I'm trying to explain and what I'm trying, hopefully, to do to get it all to work. Like I said, I am not DCC whatsoever. I am DC, so I've got circuit boards, and I've got relays, and I've got switch Acme switch controls that actually have lights on them that you can hook up, just like the Lionel controls. So I've got it somewhat sorted out, or figured out how to wire it all. I worked on that a long time ago. As long as you get it all wired correctly, I mean, it shouldn't be no problem to control anything for DC. Everybody I know don't like blocks and different stuff, but Ray Boble and I both are old school DC. He has 3 blocks that he's running. Long as you got 2 or 3 different transformers going to operate different sections or blocks, everything runs fine, long as you turn it up on the same speeds, or unless you want it to speed up different places or slow down. Like I said, I've got all kinds of circuit boards from Circuitron collected over the years, last few years. So I'm still going to have crossing signals and slow down places, especially up here, what's supposed to be the passenger level. There will be a definite automatic stop and go type deal at the station, and of course I'm going to do that with my dad's Lionel station. It's actually got a built-in timer in it, but I think his original one that's in it went bad, and we had bought one off eBay that worked from another station, and I have yet to ever install it. So but I got a lot of work ahead of me, guys. I know it's a lot of work to a lot of people that ran DC. Everybody says DCC is easier. That could be true. I'm not DCC, so I'm not totally, familiar with a lot of it. So this is what I got, and this is what I'm running. It's just the way it is and what it is. So, But Ray Boble is doing technically the same thing as I'm doing, only I'm not taking trains off and building them. They're going to be the same basic trains. But I will have sidings that's going into industrials that will have, you know, cars, extra cars and stuff sitting there like they've been switched out. And once in a while I will get up on the layout and switch them out 5.0 style, just for the simple reason, you know, to give it a different look with different cars. But that's another time and another video. So anyway, guys, I just wanted to show you what this is somewhat going to look like. I'm trying to get the tracks as close as I can together without something hitting. I measured from this outside rail into this outside rail so far. Actually it would be the inside rail for that one, I guess. Yeah, the inside rail. But I measured from inside rail to this outside rail, and it's like 10 inches. So if I can get it to 10 inches with 3 switches, you know, it should be, it should just go up the line. I think I'll be all right. Most of the switching I want out here out front, on account of if something stops working or something, I can get in there and switch it by hand or whatever. But some will be back here, even if it's a car yard back here in places. You know, it's switching out something and it's a siding. That's what basically what I'm trying to say. I want switches, I want sidings, I want extra cars, I want the trains that I'm running. And that's the whole idea, is to try to get the trains down here stored on the main level, and when they climb that incline, decline back there, which isn't near finished yet, it'll come up and it'll actually be on, if I can get back on camera, it'll actually be on this level that I took the top off the desk at and going into Prestonburg. So, but there will be a yard where those 3 Western Maryland trains are sitting right now. Those circles will come out, and those 3 trains will go on the next level up, and those tracks will become a yard up on the 2nd/3rd level. And the reason I call it the 2nd/3rd is because it's actually the 2nd out front here on the front section, and it's actually the 3rd level on the main layout, the main big layout. So anyway, guys, I made this video long enough with my rambling. I hope it's understandable what I'm trying to do. I know a lot of people don't like DC, but, you know, like I said earlier, it is what it is. This is what I run. This is what I have fun with. And this is what I'm staying with. So, till the next time, guys, like, share, subscribe, and your comments are always welcome. Hit that like button, and we'll catch you on part 3 of the train layout change series. Bye for now, guys and girls.